Welcome to my presentation. In this presentation, we shall try to see how to solve examples involving exponents using the laws of exponents. So let's say we have an example of this type and we want to simplify this particular example. 2e to the power of 2, b to the power of 4. This whole thing is multiplied to another term, 4a. Okay, so in these types of problems we want to use all the laws of exponents and then be able to simplify them step by step. So as the first step we will multiply the coefficient terms. 2 times 4, which is equal to 8. Then we have the variable terms, a to the power of 2 and a. This means a to the power of 1. Since the bases are the same, we can write the base term once and then add the powers. We are using the exponent, the first rule of exponent, which says if we have x to the power of m times x to the power of n, if the bases are the same, we write the base once and then we add the powers like that. So therefore a to the power of 2 plus 1 will be equal to a to the power of 3. And then b to the power of 4 is by itself, there is no term to combine, so therefore we leave it as is. So in step 2 we will put all of these together and then we can write this one out as 8 times a to the power of 3 times b to the power of 4. So that is our answer. This is where we want to leave it. This is how we can simplify these types of problems using the laws of exponents. Let's look at another example. Let's say this time we have an example of this kind and we want to simplify 3x to the power of 2 times negative 5x to the power of 3, like that. So the exponential rules we want to use here are if we have base terms like this, if we have two exponents, like a to the power of m and a to the power of n, we write the base term once and then we add the powers like that, right? And therefore in here as the first step we're going to multiply the coefficient terms. 3 times, we'll write this as step 2. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. We are recalling our 3 times table. Positive times negative is a negative, 3 times 5 is 15. So therefore we will write the coefficient term first. Then we will let me rewrite this. This is we did a small mistake here. We're going to rewrite this one more time. In our first term here we have 3x to the power of 2, and in our second term here we have negative 5x. The whole thing is raised to the power of 3. So therefore the negative sign is raised to the power of 3, the 5 is raised to the power of 3, and x is raised to the power of 3. And that is the way we want to look at it. So in our margin here, negative raised to the power of 3 means the base term is repeated 3 times, negative is repeated 3 times. So negative times negative is a positive, positive times a negative is a negative. So negative raised to the power of 3 is a negative. Then 5 raised to the power of 3, that means the base term is repeated 5 times like that. 5 times 5 is 25, 25 times 5 is 125, and then x to the power of 3 is x to the power of 3. So therefore we can write this as 3x to the power of 2 minus 120, this is 125, this is 125 x to the power of 3. This whole thing is within parentheses like that. Now as a next step here, we're going to then come here and then say multiply the coefficient terms. 3 times negative 125. Now we have the exponential. Then now we can combine the like terms. x to the power of 2 times x to the power of 3. So 3 times 125, 3 times 125 will be 375 with a negative sign, and then we have x, the common, the base term is x, and the exponential term is 2 plus 3, which is going to be equal to 5. So negative 375 x to the power of 5 is our answer, and therefore this is where we want to leave it. This is how we want to be able to simplify these problems using the laws of exponents. In my next presentation, we should look at some more examples to see how we can apply the laws of exponents to simplify these problems.